Okay guys, another day. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm still wide awake. Um, I made a comment yesterday about how I'm still not sleeping and I didn't know whether or not I should wait until my follow or my checkup, or because that's in 30 days, and then, or if I should just go ahead and call now. A lot of you suggested to go ahead and call now, so I did. And I mentioned that I had lab work done, and apparently something came back abnormal. So I know 3 things were checked, one being my liver, one being my kidneys, and last but not least, my thyroid. So something's wrong with one of them. And I tried asking the nurse if she could just, tell me which one, because I don't know. Does anybody else go to like worst case scenario? Because I go to like worst case scenario. Like, I'm thinking, okay, if it's my liver, do I need to go on like liver dialysis? Am I waiting for a transplant? Now, I know this is like over the top dramatic. I get that. But this is just where my mind goes. And then I'm thinking, okay, if it's my kidneys, maybe just one of my kidneys isn't working and I can survive with only one kidney and just toss the other one. I'm good with that. And then last but not least is the thyroid, which I know a ton of people who take medication. I know a ton of people who've had it removed. So, I mean, if I have it removed, I'm just, going to have to deal with being heavier set than I already am, which, I mean, I'm an Oompa Loompa now, so, I mean, not really, but I'm just saying, I feel like I'm an Oompa Loompa now. So, I mean, is that really going to make a difference? So, I was trying to drag it out of her, and she was like, no, we really just want you to come in and discuss it with the doctor and um, find out what's going on. So, of course, like I said, my mind has gone worst case scenario, and, like, in my mind, I'm dying. I'm not dying. I know that I'm not dying, but that's just where my mind goes. Ugh, I drive myself crazy. Like, I don't need a doctor to tell me that I'm crazy, because I already know that I'm crazy, because I drive myself crazy. Anywho, so I called them, and that was like, not necessarily bad news, but of course I would have preferred the, hey, everything's fine. Um, and then I don't know if any of you guys remember, but back in August of last year, I had my Social Security disability court date. And I don't know, I just apparently needed more bad news. So I called them and said, it's been almost a year. I haven't heard anything. I just want to know what's going on with my case. Is it still pending? Yada, yada, yada. And the guy goes, no, your case was closed October 5th. They sent you a letter of denial. A 16-page letter stating that I was denied my Social Security disability, and they mailed it to the wrong house. So apparently I had until December 13th to fight it and appeal it, and, well, obviously it's no longer December, nor is it December 13th, so now I have to start my case all over again. So that kind of doesn't help with the depression mode. And I don't know, to be honest, I think either way I would have gone, depressed, I guess, because I don't want to be on Social Security disability, because that, to me, just confirms that I'm broken. But at the flip side to that is I was really hoping and had my fingers crossed and hopes up that I would be approved so I could financially help my family out. So we're not struggling, because I mean, it's not even like paycheck to paycheck. It's like paycheck to a couple of days before paycheck. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm sure a lot of you guys remember being teenagers and first getting out on your own, and it was like you ate amazing for the first week, and then the last week it was PB&Js and top ramen. Like, that's where I feel like we're at. And I know that we're not that bad off, but, and I'm grateful for everything that we have. We have a roof over our head, the power's on, internet's working. I have more than enough to be grateful for, but I was, again, hoping that he was going to tell me that it was still pending and the letter was on its way, or something to that effect, I guess. Anyways, so the project that I'm doing tonight is going to be actually really quick and simple. It is an image transfer to a candle. And I wanted to do this for a buddy of mine, and I hope they don't mind me showing their picture. Too late. Anywho, this is my bestie, Sean. I love him to pieces. We've known each other on and off since like the 7th grade. Um, and he is like a brother to me. And then there's his mom, who was like a second mother to me growing up. Like, because I couldn't go to my mom for advice and things like that, so I always went to Jackie. And then his brother Charlie up here, we used to fight all the time like we were brother and sister, which was awesome. And here's Joe. This is Charlie's wife, but and this is Joe. Um, we unfortunately lost Joe at the beginning of this year due to pneumonia. They diagnosed him with the flu, and they sent him home. And 2 days later, he was back in the hospital, had really, really high fever. And by the time they realized what was going on, it was too late. Joe was 45 years old, and he was just the most, like, one of the most amazing men I've ever met. You want to talk about patience? Oh my gosh, this man had patience for everything. I mean, and he was the best thing that ever happened to Jackie, and I know that, and she knows that. Um, I know that he was more of a dad to Sean than any other man in Sean's life, because he's Sean's stepdad. Um, but just an amazing, amazing person. And of course, now that it's getting hotter outside, I decided to get a hair up my tushy and decide to do these, and now I can't mail them off because it's too hot and I don't want them to melt in the process. But Sean sometimes comes out to Arizona because he plays for a baseball league. So he sometimes comes out here, and when he comes out here, we visit with him. So if he does come out here this year, I will send them home with him for him, his mother, and his brother. But I did a lot of research, because we all know how I get. I get all gung ho, and then I do nothing but study it for hours and hours and hours. And then I tried it, and let me just tell you, this was the easiest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Now I'm making 3 of them, one for Sean, one for Jackie, and one for Charlie, so they all have one in remembrance of him. So I wanted to do one on camera with you. Where's my other candle? Oh, duh. Hello. So, sorry for the crinkling. I gotta get it out of there. Okay. Toss that bad boy because I don't need it anymore. And then I have to dust it off because I had my package open for a while because I was trying to measure out the photos. And I got to make sure I have them all going the same way. Okay, good. So I'm going to try to find, like, because, sometimes they get a little bumpy or a little dinged or nicked or whatever in shipment. And I'm going to try to put it on as straight as possible. Okay, so there's my image. I'm going to take wax paper, and I'm just going to lay it right on top. And I'm going to hold it down as tight as I possibly can. Try to make sure everything's on straight. And I'm just going to hold that. Just like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to zoom you in because this is where I kept getting confused. Everyone kept going, oh, you'll see it, but you'll see it. And I'm like, see what? I don't see what you're showing me. So I'm hoping, if I don't get too much of a glare on there, let's see if I pull that down just a little bit. Sorry, I don't know how to get rid of that glare. Okay, maybe if I tilt it this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on this edge here. And I'm going to turn on my heat tool. This gets very, 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 very hot. So I know mostly everyone who watches my videos are older and have experience with the heat gun and know the damage you can cause with it and how bad it hurts when you burn yourself. But if I have any younger viewers, I just want to state that this is very, very hot and it can become very, very dangerous. So please, please, please be careful when doing this. So I'm going to heat up my gun, and I'm sorry if this gets really loud. Let this get going for a little bit. Alright, and then I'm just going to put it right on there. And I'm hoping that you guys are going to be able to see what I see when this wax, and I just push it right up against there. Can you guys see that wax melting? Oh, I'm hoping you guys are seeing this. Oh yeah, that's my pinky. Yeah, very, very hot. And I'm trying to make sure it's not next to anything. Get this edge. Oh, it keeps bouncing up to my pinky. Okay. I'm just going to go this way for a little bit because my pinky is really hot. I hope you guys are seeing the wax transferring from the paper itself to the image. And I'm not holding it far away. I'm like right on top of it. I'm really close. I'm not close enough to try to burn it or anything. Point this up just a little bit. Alright, I'm going to try to get those little bubbles out. Alright, we're going to keep moving. Once you get it going, it moves really fast. I'm really hoping you guys are seeing this. Because unfortunately I have to kind of watch what I'm doing, which means I can't really see what you guys are seeing. And I'm going from inner to out. Sorry, I know I'm blocking the view here. Okay, I can see the wax underneath it shifting and moving. Let's shift over here now. Let me get in his space right here. Try to push all those bubbles out. Sometimes I don't know if there's like a way just to get the bubbles out. I've been pretty lucky so far where if I just stay on top of it and keep working it outwards, it'll eventually move. That's one. Okay. And try to straighten this guy out just a little bit. Because if there's any creases on this wax paper, it will stay in your image. So I'm trying to, without burning the crud out of myself. Now these are, you want to make sure that when you give these candles out, I mean, for some people you'll go, duh, that's common sense, but for some who may not know, you do not want to burn these candles. These candles are purposely just for decoration because this is paper. It will catch on fire. I'm going to put this around here. All I did for my image is I took regular copy paper and printed the image onto it to the size that I needed. I'm really hoping you guys are seeing how this is working because it just looks so, it's almost like embossing powder. It is so neat how the image looks really dull and then all of a sudden it just comes to life. And one lady I was watching, she's like, you gotta hang on to it really, really tight. I did that on my first one and I burnt the snot out of myself, I'm not gonna lie. And I didn't do it so much on my second one. So, and I'm gonna try to, ooh, it's warm, it's warm, it's warm, it's warm, it's warm, don't do it. Okay. I pretty much just want to heat it, like I said, it's just like embossing powder. Just want to heat it all up. Okay, and that one section's not cooperating with me, so let me just pull this down and hang on to it. Okay. Now hopefully I can get that on there a little bit better. Come on, wax. I will burn myself if I have to, but I don't really want to. Okay. All right. And the wax that you see coming off the top is actually just the wax paper itself. Okay, so we're good. I didn't burn myself as much on this one as I did the second one, which is okay. All right, now, here comes the fun part, is revealing it. I feel like Charlie's face is getting a little work there. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull this, and I don't even do it nice and slow, I just go. And there it is. Ta-da! Oh, let go over here. Oh no, I wrapped it under the picture. Son of a biscuit. See, I didn't do that on the first two. Leave it to me to do something wrong on camera, right? Okay, so with that, I'm just going to, don't panic, everything is fixable. Cut that off with the X-Acto knife as straight as I can get it. And that's going to take this bad boy off. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reheat that section. Okay, so I'm going to take this, or the clean, I have a little bit of a clean section here. just going to hang on to it. I'll reheat that part just to make sure it doesn't lift. I do not want this to come apart. I'm actually kind of straightening it out with my heat gun. Kind of like an iron type thing. Okay, that's good. There we go. And no wax on that, so I'm good there. Now don't touch that because that's going to be really flippin' hot. I made that mistake the first time too. Alright, now I can peel that off for the reveal. There we go. Fantastic. And I'm just going to rub it just a little bit to get any extra off. It may not need to be there. I'm going to try to flatten the candle back out because, you know, it gets a little warpy and wonky. And that is my image transfer. And again, like I said, I took just regular, I found my favorite picture of them, sorry for the crinkling, on the, off of Jackie's Facebook page, actually, if that doesn't sound creepy and weird, or stalker-ish in some way, shape, or form. This was my favorite picture that she posted. And I want to say this was last year, year before, somewhere in there. And I just absolutely loved this picture of them. I just thought it was so cute, and it was so them, and it's so spunky. So this was the picture we chose to do for them. I feel like that's not as flat as I would like it to be. I might take another piece and try to flatten that out just a little bit because it's a little warpy. It's a little wonky. Okay, so just a little bit of wax paper. Actually, I can just hold that down like that. I'm going to try to flatten that out just a little bit. That section right there. I'm shaking because I'm trying to tighten it as much as I can with my hands on the outside. You guys probably can't even see me shaking. Okay, I'm just going to go over this again because I can. Yeah, that's warm. Okay, smooth all that out. Okay. Little wax never hurt nobody. Let's peel that off again. There we go. That looks smoother. Okay, I'm good with that. Wasn't liking how wonky it looked. Okay, then just take the top, smooth that off a little bit, and there we go. That, I mean, super, super quick, super, super easy. I was sitting here thinking, oh, I got it all up in my ring and everything. That's what good old toothbrushes are for. Okay. So anyways, I was thinking like craft fairs, you just take like a butterfly image or a flower image or something, you know, cutesy and whimsical. How fun would those be to make? Or even like Christmas, birthdays, Father's Day is coming up. What else do we got? Is that it for a little bit? 4th of July, all that fun stuff. Oh, how fun would that be to make one for like if you have a soldier in the family? The American flag on it. That would be so cool. I might just do one just because. I have family members that have served, but no longer serving. My uncle is retired from the Navy. My grandfather was in the Army back in the days when you weren't allowed to say no. Not that my grandfather would have ever said no anyway. He's crazy in his own right. But anywho, not that I'm saying military men and women are crazy. I don't want that to get, you know, confused. But my grandfather's just nuts. Anywho, off that topic. Okay, now, cooperate with me. I'm trying to get you off my desk. Off the hands, off the desk. Alright. So, that was my fun project for today. Now I don't know what else to do. I'll get this wax out of my ring because it's going to drive me bonkers. Not that I sleep anyway, but if I could sleep, I wouldn't be able to sleep until I fix this ring. I had a thought. I lost my thought. What just happened? I was going to share something with you guys and then I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, so I made some more cards. I'm not too impressed with this round of cards though. Not too happy with them. Kind of, I don't know, lame looking to me. But again, this is more or less just me experimenting and me trying to learn different techniques that obviously do not work for me. So I've got this one here, which I was trying to do like a rainbow card, and I don't know how it got so wonky there. I don't know what happened. I don't know. But I'll make it work. I'll put a sentiment in there or something. I don't know. I'll make it work. And then I did this one for Father's Day. So this top hat paper is from Recollections. I can't remember the name of it. It was a couple years ago. And then this is from the DIY something or other. Wendy gave this paper to me. This is one of the scraps that I have left. And then the Close to My Heart Happy Father's Day stamp. So there's that one. I thought that was really super cute. And then this one I got bored, so I decided to start fussy cutting. And this I just did as a, what's that called? The top piece? Yeah. You know what I'm saying. So it's not an actual card, it's just a front piece. Base. Front base. Base? No. I don't know what I'm saying. Anywho. So I took Close to My Heart cupcake and the balloons and the little confetti and Happiest birthday stamp. I took these and just, do you guys see this? I'll just show you this real quick, because this is sad. Whoa, do you see all this? Do you see all this fun goodness? It's all scraps. It's all scraps, and they're all good scraps. I mean, these are all front base sized. They're all good scraps. I can use them all. Every single last one of them. And this is not all of them. This is just what fits in here. I have more behind me in another 3-drawer set thingy. And so I'm trying to find ways to use some of them, any of them. And it feels like, even though I'm using some of them, I feel like it's still growing. I don't know how that's happening. Anyhow, moving on. So then I did this one. I really like this. I like the old-fashioned with the hat and the curly mustache and the cute little bow tie. I just think it's super cute. With that one, and you can't really see in the background, I took some other different colored inks, like in blue, green, and yellow, and I stamped off and then stamped the image down and then put this one in gray and took some font paper that was also scraps from the paper pack that, that's still warm, from Wendy's paper pack that she gave me, a couple of staples in it, and that was the front base for that card. And then this one, I don't know what happened. I goofed it all up. I realize now everybody's using white embossing powder, not clear embossing powder. I don't know if that was my mistake. But if you can see, I tried to do that image, and I heat embossed it like 5 times, and I thought it was going to make it look like an acetate piece, and it didn't. And then I took Tim Holtz peacock feathers, wild honey, and peeled paint, and I took the pad and I just smushed it down on a plastic bag. I spritzed water on it and then I smooched it, I think is what they call it, smooching. And I tried that, and I like how the ink came out. I just don't like how my image came out. So I started watching more videos on how to do that, which you would think would be super simple and super easy, but of course everything for me is complicated. So that one didn't turn out so well, but I'm keeping it to remind myself that clear embossing is not what I need to do. I need to do white embossing. White embossing to make, because like I see a lot of people doing the embossing and then they watercolor over it. That's what I was trying to do. Epic fail. Anywho, so those are the cards that I made. My main project that I wanted to share with you was this right here, because I was very proud that it worked, and it was very simple and easy to do. And I need to get in contact with my bro to find out when he's coming out here, or if we're going out to Vegas before he gets out here. Whoever gets to whoever's place first. And then I'll try to remember to hand them off, so that way they have them. So, anywho, it is now 3:30 in the morning, and I still feel like I want to work on something, but I don't know what it is, so I'm going to stop here. I am going to thank you all for being so concerned and giving me advice and talking to me and just bearing with me in this. I mean, this isn't even a journey. I don't even know what this is anymore. Because this is, again, never happened to me before. So it's so new, and it's like, I feel like it's a shock to my system right now because I don't know what's wrong with me. But I am going to go see the doctor on Monday, and hopefully he and I will go over the lab results and we can start whatever it is that we need to start to get my life back. Not so much my life, because my life is fine. My life, there's nothing wrong in my life. It's just me. Like, you know that line you used to use when you broke up with somebody? I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me. That's exactly how it is right now. It's not anybody else. It's just me. So I'm hoping to, I don't know if we're going to have to do more lab work or if we're going to have to do more investigating, or I don't know. Like I said, my brain goes to worst case scenario. I'm dying and I need a liver transplant. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I will keep you updated. And I would tell you all that I'm going to get some sleep, but that would be a lie. And I don't like lying to people. So I'm probably going to work on something else. I just don't know what it is yet. Probably some more lazy, lousy card bases. But I'm practicing, and that's what matters. So, anywho, okay, I rambled on long enough. It was supposed to be a short video. None of my videos are ever short. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.